Mm.
Was that part of the song?
No. Ready?
Yeah.
Do 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 do. This is the Awesome Padrone podcast. Yes.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Man, it feels like we haven't done a podcast in forever.
That's because we haven't. We really
what was the last episode?
I don't know. It's been a little bit.
It's been like 3 weeks now, I think.
I will say, hopefully y'all can, whoever's watching or listening to this, hopefully y'all can, what's the word? Cut us some slack.
Oh yeah.
Things have been happening
like
in our lives, and also we are, like we said, we are college students, and so it does get hard to do stuff like this a lot more, you know. Especially, I'm drinking water right in the middle of that sentence.
It was like this dramatic sentence.
They say especially because you're drinking water.
Yeah.
It's hard to
so
do
hard,
this,
guys.
especially because I was drinking water just now.
It's hard to do this, especially because this is midweek, and this is also, and like it's around the time whenever we have like a lot of our classes. So, and so I mean, we do try to do this a lot. And what we are still trying to do every other week, maybe sometimes every week, more towards every other week. So yeah, we're very sorry for this. You know, things just kept happening. So
Life things.
yeah. So here we are today, and I hope y'all like
that's
this.
a country song. You don't know country songs.
What?
You don't know Tim McGraw, do you?
I know who Tim McGraw is.
I was about to start singing a Tim McGraw song.
Oh,
but
please don't.
nobody wants to hear that.
I don't like country. I like country that's based in blues, like that one guy with the beard, and
That's so
sometimes
descriptive.
I
I
think
know
he
who
wears
you're talking about.
sunglasses.
You've talked about how I'm liking him, but I can't remember his name right now.
Chris Stapleton.
Oh my
Chris
goodness.
Stapleton. Chris Stapleton.
I mean, Chris Stuckman does have a beard.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. I think
I
I've
don't
seen him
know
wear
if he sings
sunglasses
country
before.
music though.
Yeah.
I can't imagine him singing in general.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Like we always say, if you hate what you have to see, but love what we have to hear. If you hate,
But love what we have to
a
hear.
little rusty there.
did you say? I'm gonna molest you there. What'd you say?
I said a
My
little
life,
rusty
what I have
there.
to deal with.
Yeah, Marcus, you got our tag along wrong. So that's just what's gonna happen.
I prefer not. Thank you. Like I say, if you hate what you have to see, but love what we have to say, I think that's what it is. Yeah, I can't. I
Some
can't
variant
remember.
of that.
I'm so bad at this right now.
Goodness.
It's been a little
We're
bit.
gonna fire you after the show.
We need to start having
Marquez.
rehearsals before this.
Yeah, I probably should.
No,
Probably should've
Marquez needs to have a
practiced.
rehearsal. We don't need to be here, but Marquez needs to sit in front of the microphone and just talk.
I think that's what it is. Anyways, we're on
Just gonna
iTunes.
move past
We're on
that.
iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify.
Yeah.
If you agree with that,
If you agree with that.
so if you want to
What
add
if,
If you
what if there's
disagree,
people
then
that
we're
out there
not
like,
on
I
there.
don't agree with any of those.
Then we're not on those platforms. Then.
All right, so let's get into this before anything else stupid happens.
Yeah. All right. So this is kind of old news at this point.
A lot
but
of
it's
this is
still
old
pretty-
news. A lot of
What?
this is old news.
You
Yeah.
love that it's old news?
No, I said a lot of this is
Because-
old news.
Oh, okay.
We were supposed to film last week,
Yeah.
and then we didn't. And
Yeah,
then,
I forgot why we didn't, but we didn't. But then this is pretty important news. It's old news, but it's pretty big news that Spider-Man's back in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
It's
indeed.
pretty what were the terms of the deal? So Disney's going to make 25%.
Yeah.
So instead of the 50% that they originally asked for,
Actually, it was 30.
oh, 30.
30%.
My bad.
30%.
Anyways, 25% is what they're going to get, and they're going to make one more Spider-Man movie in the MCU, and then Spider-Man's going to be one more team-up movie that they haven't announced which team-up movie it's going to be, but
Yeah.
he's going to be one more solo movie and one more team-up in the MCU.
Yeah.
As of now,
Yeah.
hopefully they negotiate a little bit more for some more movies. But
Yeah.
as it stands right now, he's going to be in 2 more movies in the MCU at least.
Hopefully, which it's actually what I'm happy about is I think Kevin Feige talked about it, how which the new Spider-Man movie, he's going to write them out. And that's kind of what I'm happy about this, because it was like, okay, I was mad about it. And then I kind of kind of got off. I kind of left the idea. I guess
Kinda
I could
got
say.
off.
But I kind of left. I kind of left the idea. I guess I could say. But what was really irritating me, it was like, well, sure, you know, I could have let it go, but at the same time, it's like it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it would have been like, oh, Spider-Man's part of the MCU. Then all of a sudden, they can't talk about him anymore.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
and so that was kind of an issue for me.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but now that he's gonna still be in one more, that gives him the chance to write him out, which I think Kevin Feige said he's gonna do.
Right.
He's gonna actually write him out of there.
Do you think he's just going to kill him off
Yeah.
so that Sony can't use
Yeah.
the Spider-Man character? The Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Well, I did read that. Well, I think it's according to Hollywood Reporter that Tom Holland played a big part
Oh, yeah.
in getting his Spider-Man back in the MCU.
Yeah, like then he talked to like a Sony chairman, and then he like called the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger.
Maybe
And,
I'm
like,
not gonna
convince
lie,
them.
I haven't really researched into this.
Well, no, I have seen after you told us, I did see some pages post about
Okay,
that
cool.
fall on Instagram. So it is a pretty solid news, whatever.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy though, but I mean, yeah, I really wish he was gonna be in more of them. Like other than that, you know, but I can settle with it, especially since they're gonna be able to make it make sense. He's not just gonna automatically just jump on out. Nobody can talk about him. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's good. I've been reading other things about it, like Sony's still gonna be able to use him.
Oh yeah,
For their villain
'cause,
universe.
Yeah, then Kevin's. I was about to say Kevin Spacey. It
How
kind of
dare
rhymes.
you.
Kind of rhymes. Kevin Feige, Kevin Spacey. All right, but anyways,
What if they're one and the same person?
yeah, they're practically the same person. Kevin Feige, didn't he say in like his official statement whenever they announced that he was going to be back in the MCU that like Spider-Man was going to be the first character to cross universes or something?
Oh
like
yeah,
that? So or like share universes, something like that.
dude.
I forgot what the exact
Tom
wording was.
Tom Holland got really lucky picking being able to be Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah,
'cause of
no.
this whole thing, able to switch between the two.
Right. It does suck that means that he's going to be in the Tom Hardy Venom universe.
That
but-
is true because they're still going with that, aren't they?
Yeah. Which I actually wouldn't mind like Sony making. Which I mean, if Sony could make good movies, I wouldn't mind Sony making movies about Spider-Man characters and have Spider-Man be in a few of the characters every now and then. Because there's so many. Spider-Man has such a huge lore to the character. There's so much that you can explore in his universe that you don't really necessarily need him, except for a few times. So it would be interesting to see Sony explore that universe and then have Spider-Man jump in there every now and then.
Yeah.
But they started off horribly with the Venom.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Because that movie is horrible. And now they're continuing with Venom 2. But oh well.
Yeah, hopefully it's better.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be better. I'm not a huge fan
Uh-huh.
of the idea of what Tom Hardy's Venom is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like Tom Hardy.
Mhm.
And I mean, I didn't like him in that movie that much, but like,
Yeah.
if they can just make it a little better, because that movie, it had, I mean, I didn't love Tom Hardy in that movie, but that wasn't the only thing bad that movie had. That was like one of the small issues that movie had.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other big issues, story
Mhm.
writing and
Right.
storytelling and stuff like that was just really badly done. So I mean,
Yeah. I'm also curious on what the team up movie that Spider-Man's going to be in the MCU.
You mean the Deadpool?
Yeah. Fingers crossed it's Deadpool or Daredevil, but I know there's like a 99% chance that that's not going to
Yeah.
happen. It's probably going to be like a Young Avengers or New Avengers, something like that to set up the next wave of the Avengers movies. It's probably going to be that, but I can dream.
yeah, but man, 2021.
Oh yeah.
That's a load of Marvel stuff, man. Was it like 4 Marvel movies?
Mhm.
4 Marvel movies
It's
and
gonna
like
be 4
several of their shows.
It's gonna be 4 Marvel movies and 4 other TV shows. So the 4 movies are gonna be Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2, Spider-Man 3, and Thor 4.
And
I can't remember the
You know,
shows.
that's like that's the most they've ever released in a year,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited about Shang-Chi
Yeah.
because I don't know who it is,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited about not knowing who it is because like after like Guardians of the Galaxy, not knowing who they were
Yeah.
Mhm.
and seeing how they became probably some of the one of the best movies in the MCU.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see maybe that happening again with Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
You know, especially being an all Asian cast.
Oh yeah.
You
And it's
know?
like directed by Asian and
Yeah,
everything.
an all Asian cast, all Asian crew. So
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
exciting.
And
I I think all 4 of those movies are the ones I'm most excited about.
Yeah, same.
Too. I mean, not that I'm not excited about the ones coming out, but it's just that those I feel like Doctor Strange 2 is supposed to be like a horror.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so excited about
And it's
that.
gonna
I know.
explore the multiverse and all that.
Yeah, and then you have
That's a
Lady
great
Thor,
name.
and I've always loved Spider-Man. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I've heard that the Lady Thor isn't going to be like the biggest part of the movie.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the main character.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth's still going to be the main character of the movie.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because you have to write him out. You know, they can't randomly just not
Yeah.
have him in the movie because he's still alive. You know,
Uh-huh.
and unfortunately, I guess unfortunately he's not going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
At least not much.
Which doesn't make
when
any
is
sense
Volume
how they
3
ended
coming
Endgame. What?
When is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Probably 2022, maybe.
Yeah, probably so.
2022 or 23.
Yeah,
Probably
somewhere there.
2022 though. I
Yeah.
can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, so
I just know next year it's gonna be Black Widow and then Eternals, because I think Eternals has already started filming, because I think I've seen set photos from that, so they're probably coming out late next year.
Which, see, I think for next year they're already starting off bad with Black Widow. I feel like her story's already been told.
Yeah, I feel like it's just gonna be fancy, especially with the news that Robert Downey Jr. might reprise his role as Tony Stark in that movie.
Yeah.
I realize that movie's just gonna be fan service.
Yeah, I'll say this: I don't think her story has already been told, but I don't think it necessarily needs to be told.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe back whenever we were starting out, they should have done it, but at this point, it's kind of too late.
Yeah.
It's kind of because I always felt like Marvel had a really steady universe that all fit together,
Yeah.
and every movie that you watched was needed before the next one almost.
Right.
But it's like Black Widow, and let's say you bring out something weird, I like something random. I can't really imagine it being needed before for the next unit for the next what's it called
Phase.
for the next
Because I feel
phase.
like we're just stepping back into the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
And
Is
we're
Black
not really,
Widow?
we're
the
not
Black
really
Widow movie
continuing.
Is the Black Widow movie gonna be included in the Infinity Saga?
I
We
know.
have to wait even longer.
Yeah. So I'm not really too like. I don't think it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
really worried about it being bad. It's just I don't really think it was really needed.
Yeah.
It's not really needed. Maybe, like I said, maybe back whenever it first started off, you know, it was probably needed because I actually like Black Widow as a character,
Yeah.
her character. But like right now, it's like, well, she's dead, so it's not really. I'm gonna see what's she gonna do next? You know,
Yeah.
like she's dead. She's not doing much now. For
Yeah.
this, you know? But
And like we need, because I feel like that Infinity Saga, it was so beautifully told and it's already been wrapped up,
Yeah.
and we need to start going into our other characters,
Right,
yeah.
learning about them, setting it up so we have this next saga.
I will say the thing I'm glad about, or I am kind of excited about, is the one I love Black Widow as a character. Sorry, excuse me. I love Black Widow as a character, but I always felt like she was always in movies that were like way above her scale.
yeah,
So like I'm excited to see
Well, her
how
and
her
Hawkeye.
movie's gonna be. I hope it's a little lower scale and not
Yeah.
fighting against like aliens and like killer robots.
can you imagine that? She's just flipping around, killing
Yeah,
all
no.
these aliens.
Yeah, that's why I always hated about Black Widow was that they always had her in these situations where it's like, okay, she's just a human.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully she was teamed up with people, so like made sense
Yeah.
why she was like
Right.
why she was alive, you know. But
Yeah.
it's like, you know, there's not really a lot you can show with her. You know, she's only going to kill like one or two here
Right.
and there.
Yeah.
Same with Hawkeye. He doesn't really do much. He never
Yeah.
shoot arrows,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
They're making a Hawkeye show. Though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Hawkeye
Yeah.
show. They're making
Disney
a few different shows.
Yeah.
They're making a Hawkeye, WandaVision,
Yeah.
which has a terrible name.
Which
It's WandaVision just seems like a name they just threw out there. They're like, we can't think of whatever, just throw it
Yeah.
out there. Like the first thing that popped in their head was WandaVision.
Which have y'all heard that? I was reading this like a few days ago, earlier this week, that each of the episodes are gonna have like a budget of like 12 to $20 million for each episode of the show.
Really?
Yeah, they have that
my
kind of money.
goodness.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, no.
Dude, that's crazy. Think like I thought like Walking Dead, like an episode cost like $2 million.
Yeah, no.
Back then I thought that was a lot.
Right, yeah, and I
per
think
episode.
I was reading that the Marvel Netflix shows like Daredevil and all that. I think those had like a budget of like $4 million per episode.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
I'm pretty sure that's just like a little
Right.
like a little pinch of their money.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
got so much over there now
Right.
because of this MCU.
Yeah. What was the next topic? Oh
I don't
yeah.
know.
So this one, or do you have anything more?
No, I don't have anything else to say.
This one is actually kind of pretty new news. Actually, we should have loved with this, but the Birds of Prey trailer got dropped yesterday.
Oh yeah.
We were actually gonna try to do this podcast last night after the trailer got dropped, but we completely forgot. But it's a little bit old news now, but not too old. But I actually got to say that I don't really hate the trailer.
I don't hate it either.
I was really scared going into it because everything that they had released, all the teaser trailers, all the posters and all that, just didn't look that great to me. The trailer though actually gave me a little bit of hope. I'm gonna say I still have my doubts because it looks like they're trying to go with the same feel of Suicide Squad, the same look and feel of Suicide Squad. So that's kind of scary. And plus, it's the DCEU, so you never know what you're gonna get with them.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do have faith, a little bit of faith now in that movie. At the least, I think it's gonna be at least an enjoyable movie to watch.
It looks more like just a Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Well, that's in the title. It's like Birds of Prey, the fantabulous something emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Which, why didn't they just call it that?
Yeah, no, why didn't they just call it Harley Quinn?
Yeah, and then if they introduce the Birds of Prey in the movie, then that's what it...
Because they barely ever show the other Birds of Prey in the trailer.
And one thing that irritates me, even though I hate the Jared Leto Joker, it's like they don't understand Harley Quinn. Like, you're going to have them break up this early into the universe?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had one movie where they're together.
Where they're barely together.
Yeah. And they were like in love, which number one... That's not really the complete character. Harley Quinn's in love with the Joker, like completely in love.
And you never really know if the Joker loves Harley Quinn.
In Suicide Squad, you know it, but you know, but like they just don't understand the character of Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn, I mean, did she ever break up with him in the comics? I feel like
I don't really know, to be honest.
I don't know if she did.
Yeah.
But if she did, it definitely would not be this early.
Yeah, the DCU jumps the gun on a lot of things way too early. The death of Superman, Justice League, now Harley Quinn breaking up with the Joker. They don't explore things enough beforehand before jumping into something major.
I mean, they ruined that whole beginning of that relationship.
Right.
You know, in the trailers, it looked like, you know, they were going to show more of the torture and the psychological torture that he puts her, or abuse that he puts her through. Yeah. But then they didn't show any of that, and they just put all this lovey-dovey crap in it. And it was like, that's not at all what the relationship is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Like, and those are just things that irritate me. And to me, those are things that really irritate me because it's just another thing of like the new DC universe not understanding the characters enough. Harley Quinn wouldn't break up with him this early on and be happy about it. Yeah. You know, Harley Quinn was psychologically attached to him. And like, it was almost like a form of like...
Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome almost. You know, not completely, but kind of like that, to where he psychologically tortured her to the point of her wanting him. Yeah, to the point to where she almost needed him and depended so much on him because of all of that torture and abuse he put her through. Yeah, so, I mean, you know, I'm hoping...
Hey, they're going to have her hyenas in this movie.
Yeah.
Which... oh no!
Yeah,
wait, what?
Looks interesting. They're gonna have her hyenas, which I think she had the hyenas in the animated show. I don't know if she did in the comics, but I know in the animated show she did.
Yeah, and the Black Mask doesn't look like Black Mask, and
which I do want to say. Which I mean, I've known about this for a while, but every time I think of it again, it's kind of crazy to think about that Harley Quinn was created for the animated show. Like she wasn't created in the comics. Like she was created for the show. Yeah, that always blows my mind every time I think about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah,
she's such a big iconic character now. She was gonna be in the comics.
I will say that Margot Robbie looks like she's gonna do good. She looks like she's gonna do better than she did in Suicide Squad. Yeah, which I liked her in Suicide Squad, even though that movie's garbage. Yeah, like she is a good Harley Quinn. It's just it's sad that you have such a great actress and you haven't used her to, or you haven't used the character to her potential. No, exactly. Right. So I mean, I think this one will actually be okay. It's just that's a lot of DC movies for me. They're kind of okay, except for Shazam. I love Shazam so much, but it just seems like a lot of DC movies are either bad or they're okay.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like I don't know why they're focusing on like their villains and their like popular iconic superheroes first,
or why they're not putting out more movies a year.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, you can have these like not strange, but these little movies about the villains. If you have these
or
other movies,
or why their DC Universe shows aren't connecting into their into their film, their films,
I mean,
like Marvelous.
They don't even have a Batman or a Superman that's going to connect into this universe.
Yeah, like it's weird because they have the Joker movie coming out tomorrow, and then they're gonna have the Robert Pattinson movie, and and then they have the DCU, and none of those three things are connected.
Yeah, I know. So they have 3 separate universes.
Yeah, and then the TV universe.
Their shows, they have the CW
and then the Gotham universe is connected to the other TV universe.
Yeah, the Gotham show.
Because you have your CW shows, and don't they have like their own streaming service?
Oh that's too. The Titans. The Titans shows
you have their
connected to
CW shows that isn't connected to Gotham. Gotham isn't connected to their movies. They have 3 movie universes, and then their DC universe online, their streaming service, isn't connected to any of those.
I didn't even think about all
this. They have
this.
like 4 or 5 separate universes. You know, that's not a universe.
Good Lord. Okay, I never really thought this all out before. This is pretty insane. Goodness gracious.
And that's why nobody has faith in the DCEU at all. Because they have no idea what's going on. Anytime they put out a movie, you can't get excited about it because you're like, where does this connect with anything?
Yeah, exactly. Like even the Joker movie is going to be, I think they said it's a series of standalone DC movies. So they're going to have several standalone DC movies. And I'm like, why? I'm like, fine, do that. But don't have so many other.
Yeah.
Especially whenever you start, since you're still going on with your universe, at least stop your universe before you make standalone movies.
Yeah.
You know? Because then you're just making a whole string of
you either need to focus on your standalone movies or focus on your characters and get a Batman or Superman.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 iconic characters.
Yeah.
You need to cast those people before you can even continue in your universe. Because how are you going to have a Justice League 2 without Batman and
I
Superman?
wonder if their DC, if the streaming service shows are even connected.
I don't know.
Like
did y'all see the picture? I saw a picture in my timeline of the new Robin and the new Titans.
I don't think I have.
Because I don't think I've ever seen him in his full costume, and he looks awful.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I know that he's supposed to be like a teenager, like young boy, but man, I don't know
think
what.
I've seen it.
A lot of people love Titans though.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either.
Yeah.
I heard I hope this isn't spoilers, but what?
I was gonna say Batwoman comes out this Sunday.
Oh yeah. Is that
no.
That's CW, right?
Yeah, that's CW.
Yeah, so I know their CW universes are connected.
Yeah.
They're like ham fisting the connections between those two.
Which I will say, since we're on this topic, the Crisis on Infinite Earths or whatever the big crossover that they're leading up to in the CW shows. Like, I'm not going to say that I think it's going to be good or anything, but it actually does look kind of exciting with all the actors that they're bringing back. Like, Kevin Conroy is going to play older Batman in it. They're going to have Brandon Routh play Superman again. He plays Superman in Superman Returns. They're having Tom Welling come back to play Superman.
Yeah.
They're having all these, like, huge, iconic actors come back to play their roles, which... Brandon Routh has posted 2 pictures of him in the Superman costume that he's going to be in.
Oh, really?
And he actually looks pretty awesome.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
He actually looks like
So
Superman.
it's not going to be the Superman from Supergirl?
What?
It's not going to be the Superman from Supergirl?
Well, no,
he's doing that too,
it's going to be different universes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is? It is.
Yeah, because Brandon Routh, here, I can actually pull up the picture. Brandon Routh posted a picture of him with the Superman that's in the CW shows right now. And like he looks more like Superman than the actual Superman does.
Wow, that looks like
Wait, hold on.
That guy looks like a guy cosplaying as Superman.
Yeah,
He's meeting Brandon Routh for the first time.
Right. I guess I can put a picture up on the YouTube video when we post this. But
that's pretty exciting. So I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I mean, there was a few other trailers that were released.
Oh, but
what do you have more stuff to say?
I just wanted to finish my thought from like 2 minutes ago. That I hope this isn't a spoiler, but didn't they kill? I heard that they killed Batman at the end of the first Titan season. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I heard that too. I think,
but it's kind of an interesting choice. But anyways, next topic is talking about the X-Men, how they're gonna join the MCU, and was it Kevin Feige who said it or somebody else?
I don't know who said it.
So they're thinking about race bending Magneto and Professor X.
Yeah.
Which my thing is, Because people are getting mad about it, obviously, as they do when there's a race swap in a comic book movie. My thing is, though, that if you're gonna race swap any superhero, the characters to do it with is the X-Men.
Yeah.
Because their whole point and their whole kind of purpose as characters is to be metaphors for civil rights, for like minorities and LGBT.
Yeah, because what was it?
Magneto and
Magneto's supposed to be he represents Malcolm X, and Professor X represents Martin Luther King.
Yeah, like the creators actually said that they based them off those two people.
Yeah, exactly. And my other thing is, I've seen a lot of people be like, well, you can't take away their story of them being of Magneto being back in the Nazi Holocaust.
Yeah, Holocaust.
Like, that's a huge part of their story. It is. Definitely is a huge part of their story, but it doesn't make any sense now. Because, okay, let's think about this. So I was reading about it, and Magneto was 15 years old when his parents were killed. Okay? And I can't remember what year it was, but I did the math, and I believe Magneto, considering that the new X movie is probably not going to take place until like 2024, 25.
Yeah, and you got to take into account too that in Endgame there's a 5-year time jump.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's gonna be even more.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The movie comes out.
So it's gonna take place in like because Avengers came out. Endgame takes place in what, 2023?
3, yeah.
Yeah. So this movie's gonna take place in 24, 25.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So doing that math, X-Men Magneto is gonna be like 104, 106 years old.
I don't think he can live that long.
Yeah. And if
he doesn't have Wolverine's healing power.
And if he can, he's not going to be walking around as good as as he should be. You know?
Yeah.
So, that could be intimidating.
Yeah.
And you can't have him, you can't continue a universe with him.
Yeah, you can't continue because the universe is going to span maybe like 10 more years.
Yeah.
So you can't continue a 104-year-old man 10 more years.
Right.
You know? And so you can gripe all you want to, but it doesn't make any sense anymore to have the Holocaust. Now, now let's think about this. What have white people actually gone through other than the Holocaust that makes such a huge impact on the story? You know, you can have Magneto's parents get killed by some random group of people, but it's not going to be as impactful as the Holocaust.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm talking about anywhere that would make sense for years.
Right.
And I think somewhere I read that it would be cool if his parents were killed. Because I could talking about the race bending. Yeah. What they could do is make them black, because like I said, like if you look at the history of white people, there's not a lot of big historical events that would be as impactful as a Holocaust. So you can make them black and have Magneto's parents be killed by the KKK and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you still have that motivation for him to want to like protect the fellow mutants to not be under that prosecution as he was back in like the 60s, 70s.
Yeah, because I mean, I know some people don't like people saying this, and I've already said it 2 times, but like white people haven't gone through a lot of prosecution in their life. They're the ones who have prosecuted.
Yeah.
You know, so there's not a lot of things that you could do with white people anymore. So I mean, I think it actually does make more sense for them to be black.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes more sense for the timeline, because you could have them be like maybe, I don't know, 70s, you know, 60s or 70s, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it worked with Ian McKellen.
Yeah, and they still be old.
Yeah.
It'd be really old, because what, 60s was,
I want you to do the math right now.
60 years ago. 60 years ago.
There you go.
60, well, I mean, maybe like 65 years, right?
Yeah.
So that would make... I'd still be old, but he'd be like 75 or 80 years old. But still, that's not 104 years old.
Yeah.
You know? So I mean, and maybe they even want to bring down the 15-year-old thing to maybe 10.
Yeah.
You know,
or even like 5 or 6.
Something that, and because that will stick with your mind. You know? So I mean, that really does make a lot more sense to me than having him still be his family was killed by Nazis.
Yeah.
It makes so much more sense.
Right.
You know. So I mean, I guess I slightly see where people are coming from whenever they don't want to do that, but it's just the same thing as everyone else. But the thing is, whenever you, I've seen a lot of people say, like you even said this, if you're going to change the race, it should be for a reason,
right?
You know, but this is actually a pretty good reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I honestly wouldn't mind if they race bended and had LGBT actors play most of the X-Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it would just make sense because that's who they're supposed to represent.
Yeah, the
I
minorities.
don't think all of them should be race bended, but I feel like I wouldn't mind if most of them were.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it'd be kind of weird if you race bend in every character because it is a school.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And so I don't think all of them should be race bending because it wouldn't make any sense for only black people to be mutants.
Yeah.
But
hey, I hope they cast Hispanics and
yeah,
Asians
exactly.
too.
Yeah. So I mean,
but I don't think they all should be, but most of them.
At least Magneto and maybe Professor X. I think it makes sense. Yeah, it'd make more sense. So I mean, I want to post something about that on Facebook and hopefully
go on one of your rants.
Dude, I go on a lot of rants. It's so fun. I've talked to people in my job. Like my Facebook has become a rant and joke page. That's all it pretty much is now. I either rant or I make stupid jokes, and that's all it is. But it's what I am. It's what I am now. So if you don't like it, get out of my life.
So talking about you're talking about the trailer. There's a few more trailers that were released. They're from a few weeks ago. Well, they're from like a week ago. But the first one is El Camino. There's a new El Camino trailer that was released yesterday. Not just last week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty new. Last week, the movie comes out next Friday on Netflix. We're gonna see it in theaters.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. Even though we're gonna see it a lot later than most
yeah.
people.
Well, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, we will have that video up late.
Yeah.
Because as of now, we might change our mind, but as of now, we are probably not going to see it on Netflix first because we'd rather have the theater experience first and then review it. So it is going to be a little late.
Right. So yeah, we're seeing at Alamo Drafthouse, which I'm excited.
Dude,
Alamo Drafthouse is such a nice theater.
If you have an Alamo Drafthouse near you, it's honestly my favorite theater.
Mm-hmm. Even the smaller theaters are really great.
Because they're great theaters, but they also have like great standards. Like they don't let you talk.
Right.
They don't let you get in your phone. They will kick you out.
Right.
Like they will legit kick you
warning.
out. No warning, no refund. They'll kick you out. It's great.
They even have like a serious message at the beginning. Well, they usually have something funny, but then they get like serious and tell you not to do it.
Yeah.
And then I also like you said, the smaller theaters. I think the only bad experience we had was Hellboy when the movie started and something happened with the projector and it like moved the I don't know, screen down. So like we were like only saw like half and then the top half was all black.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they were really nice when we went and talked to them and they gave us free passes.
Yeah, which we haven't used.
That's right. I don't even know if I know where mine is.
Oh my goodness.
But anyways, back to El Camino. I am excited for this movie. I think we've talked about this before that we don't have any doubts that's gonna be great. But we just feel like it's like really unneeded.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I've talked to people that are like, oh, I didn't like the ending of Breaking Bad because you don't get to know anything, and it's kind of there's not a lot to it. But honestly, I love the ending of Breaking Bad. I honestly think the ending of Breaking Bad is one of the most perfect endings to a TV show because it didn't try to go for anything huge or big until like the end,
right?
But even that was kind of just subtle. It was kind of, there was no like dramatic music. There's nothing. It was just kind of, you're there. You're watching it. This is what we need to do to finish the show. Yeah. That's all it was. And to me, Breaking Bad, every aspect of the show is extremely respectable, to that. And also how at first I was like, well, oh, awesome. They're ending at 5 seasons. I love whenever shows do that because it's kind of like a thing of like, it's better to end your show on a high note, other than like keep it going, and my favorite thing about the ending was the idea that it's up to you. And I honestly felt like that was at the very beginning, I felt like that was the point, was the thing of like, it's up to you what happens. It's up to you if Walt dies. It's up to you what happens with Skyler and Walt Jr. It's up to you what happens to Jesse. It's up to you all this stuff, But now with the movie, it just completely takes it out.
And then how much are they going to introduce? Like, are they going to introduce all the characters? Just Jesse? Like, how do you have Jesse
Pete's
without hearing other stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, Skinny Pete and Badger will probably be in there.
Yeah.
And now you're going to know what happens to Jesse, which I said, like, oh man, my voice is so weird right now. Like I think it'll be good. And Vince Gilligan's still behind it. So it's gonna be good. I just don't know why it's needed. I guess.
I'm curious then if they're gonna have Gene Saul's new persona in Omaha. He's in Omaha, right?
Yeah.
Nebraska or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they've had him at the beginning of each season, the beginning and the season finales of each season of Better Call Saul. They've had like a little clip of him, like a black and white clip of him in Omaha. So I'm curious on if they're gonna include him in this movie.
And I wonder if that's why they haven't filmed a new season of Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Well, I think they filmed it, but it's not gonna like really. Well, I don't know if they filmed it or not yet, but it's not coming out till next year.
It's been how long?
It's been over a year since the last season ended.
I haven't seen the last season.
Yeah, no.
They haven't put it on Netflix yet.
Hey, we have a Fire Stick.
Hey, whoa. Don't talk about our Fire Stick. Shh. Don't talk about our Fire Stick on here, okay?
How dare you?
What if we have police officers watching?
Oh, no. Because it's not YouTube videos all over YouTube.
Exactly. It's plausible deniability.
Hey, I haven't said anything that incriminates me. Yeah, it's not illegal to have a Fire Stick.
Yeah. Oh, you just saying that because we have a Fire Stick? Yeah, you have a Fire Stick, Marquez.
Yeah.
Totally irrelevant to anything else. Totally, I'm just bringing it up.
And there are YouTube videos.
Yeah, exactly. so who knows, Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways, the next, if we're done with Breaking Bad and all that, next trailer that was released last week was the Uncut Gems trailer with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
It's a serious movie with Adam Sandler, and it actually looks really great, which you've said that it's been shown at festivals, right?
Yeah.
And people have said that Adam Sandler does great in it.
Yeah, people saying he's like really good, which honestly, I've said for a little bit, Adam Sandler just needs to throw his comedic side, like all of his comedies, throw it all away because he's not good at it.
Right.
He's
not
good
anymore.
At not good. He's not good at writing comedies anymore. Mm-hmm. He used to be like at that level of stupidity that was good, but now he's at that level of stupidity that's stupid and it's bad
and it's annoying.
And it's terrible. So I said it like he just needs to throw that away and start doing dramatic acting because he's shown he can do it in the past. Mm-hmm. He's shown he's a really good dramatic actor, so I don't know why he doesn't do it. So that's why I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he have a contract with Netflix where he makes a lot of money no matter what kind of movies he puts?
Maybe.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has a contract with him. That's why he keeps putting movies out all the time.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard one of them's pretty good. What was it? The Meyerowitz. Well, I don't think that was him though, but I know he was in it. Meyerowitz sort of stories. Okay. And then he put out a movie called Murder Mystery. With one of the very cliched name, a very straightforward name, which I saw myself. And it's not a movie I would honestly like care to watch again, but it's like, okay, it's fine. Yeah. But this movie I've actually heard is really good. Yeah. Uncut Gems. But it's not him. He didn't make it.
Right.
First of all, let's print it out.
Yeah, which is actually a good segue to what I was about to say. That I can never say their name right. Is it Safdie brothers?
I think it's Safdie. Yeah.
Yeah. They directed. They also wrote and directed Good Time with Robert Pattinson. Which, first of all, it's pretty interesting that they have their first movie had Robert Pattinson. And then now they have Adam Sandler in their movie. So it's like two actors who are underrated for their dramatic acting that they're having in their movies. But anyways, the story that I wanted to talk about was I was reading that they had actually wrote Uncut Gems back in like 2009. It was a movie that they were wanting to make, but they couldn't find the funding to make. And first of all, they approached Adam Sandler back in 2009 to be in it. But Adam Sandler declined to be in it. And then, so they're going to have Jonah Hill be in it, but then they couldn't get the movie funded. So they had to scrap the movie. But then Robert Pattinson approached them because he saw a poster from their earlier movies and was really interested in being one of their movies. So that's when they wrote Good Time and they made Good Time. So after they made Good Time, they became like really big people in the movie industry because that movie was really highly critically acclaimed and all that. And they were even approached to like direct a big budget superhero movie. The thing I was reading didn't say which movie, but it was like some big budget superhero movie. Yeah. But they turned it down to be able to make Uncut Gems, the movie that they actually wanted to make in the beginning, which is actually pretty respectable.
It really is. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So it makes me even more excited to see Uncut Gems since it's the movie that they're actually wanting to make this whole time.
Yeah, I've heard it's great. I think it's also a comedy though. It's which so is Good Time kind of. It was like a What's it called? Dramedy. Dramedy. Yeah, like
It
a
sounded like you were gonna
dramatic.
drop
Or
a
I guess
beat.
I guess you, if you don't want to sound like an idiot like I just did, you could probably say dramatic comedy.
Yeah. Which is interesting because like Kevin Garnett and The Weeknd are also in it. So Adam Sandler, Kevin Garnett, and The Weeknd all in it.
Oh, and
movie.
Lakeith, what's his name?
Yeah.
Lakeith Lang.
He's from Sorry to Bother You and Detroit.
Yeah.
But yeah, all those people in
Yeah.
an A24 movie nonetheless. So it's gonna be interesting. Which it actually kind of makes sense why Kevin Garnett is in this movie if they wrote this all the way back in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense why he's in this movie.
Yeah.
And he's still playing in the NBA in this movie.
Yeah.
Based on the trailers.
Yeah. Who is that? Is that all that's going to be in there? I think.
The girl who plays Elsa's voice in Frozen, Adina. Oh,
You know, pull John Travolta.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm being like John Travolta. How do you say her name?
Adina
Mendoza.
I barely.
It's not Mendoza.
Adina Mendel. Something like that. It starts with an M, right?
I don't know. You got it better than John Travolta did. So.
Something like that. The girl who plays Elsa's voice in Frozen is also going to be in it.
I'm excited because I honestly want this because I would love to see Adam Sandler just doing dramatic acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I would just love to experience that.
Yeah.
You know, like I can I'll have children one day and they know Adam Sandler for his dramatic acting. I'm like, well, back in my day, Adam Sandler was one of the worst comedy writers of all time.
It's so sad because he did some really good comedies.
Yeah.
He has some iconic comedy movies, but then he has his god awful comedy movies.
Yeah, he kind of lost his footing, but hopefully he'll gain his footing back in dramas.
Oh, yeah, hopefully that's where it pushes him. I don't know. You never know, but you know, maybe.
Hopefully. Okay, so since we're on the topic of A24 movies, I also do want to bring up. We don't have to talk about it too much, but the end of this year is full of like A24 movies that I'm actually excited about.
I forgot they released another trailer we haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
I forgot I was talking about last night. When you watched that,
what was it called?
I don't know.
Like something like Little Dicky or something.
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, something like that.
I can't remember, but I think Little Dicky is like a rapper, isn't he?
think
Like
so.
a comedic rapper. But anyways, what was I say? Oh yeah, so there's 4 A24 movies that are being released at the end of this year. By the end of this year, and that's Uncut Gems, what we were just talking about, The Lighthouse, which we talked about in the last podcast episode with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, and then In Fabric, which if you've seen the trailer, it seems kind of weird. It honestly looks like a movie, like just the way it looks like a early 2000s movie.
Yeah, it does.
But it's like
That's the
it's
one
like a
where she
comedy
gets
horror. What?
Where she buys a dress.
Yeah.
And then it's
Which
like haunting her.
it helps me like kind of be more excited about it when I looked it up on IMDb, and it's actually listed as a comedy horror because the plot kind of seems kind of comedic, and just the feel of the movie just seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes more sense that knowing that it's actually supposed to be trying to be half a comedy and a horror, which also kind of looks kind of creepy. Some of the imagery that it has in the trailer. But then the 4th one is Waves, which I'm actually really excited about. I've only seen the trailer once, though. But those 4 movies I'm actually really excited about, and they're all coming out this year, and they're all A24.
The movie's called The Death of Long Dick. Sorry.
Oh
Dick
my
Long.
goodness. You just wanted to say long dick.
No, I actually did it. I'm not gonna lie.
You looked at that, and in your head, you were like, "Do not say long dick."
It's like that newsreel when the girl is talking about the cop that died, and she calls her Mega Dookie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like nothing close to the name, and you just know that in the studio they're just making fun of that name. And she was telling her mind like, "Don't say it, don't say it."
Make a difference. Yeah. I remember.
I'll probably try to find that video and put a link in the description of this video. That video is pretty hilarious.
The Death of Dick Long. There you go. Sorry, it actually was an accident. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't even know why. I was looking right at it, and I think my mind just switched those around. The Death of Long Dick.
Got that long dick on your mind.
All right. Well, yeah, the Death of Dick Long. I need to see a trailer for it. The poster looks kind of funny. It looks. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, they're going.
That's why you were thinking that. Because
Yeah.
Anyways, reeling it back in. The next topic, which is probably going to be a pretty short one we talk about because it's two things that are kind of combined, but I don't really have too much to say about them. But that Laura Dern Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum are all three gonna return for Jurassic World 3,
Oh yeah,
which the director Colin Trevorrow, is that his name?
yeah.
Yeah, he announced at some con or whatever that he was able to convince them all three to return to reprise their roles from the first Jurassic Park movie, which it's gonna be exciting to see those three people back again, because Jeff Goldblum has been on the second one and then Jurassic World 2, and then Sam Neill was on Jurassic World 3. But all three of them haven't been on
You
a
mean
movie
Jurassic
since
Park 3?
What?
Not Jurassic World.
Yeah, sorry, Sam Neill was on Jurassic Park 3, but they all three of them haven't been on a Jurassic Park movie since the first one.
I just hope it's not going to be like in Jurassic World 2 with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
how he was
yeah.
just like in like the hearing thing.
Yeah, only for like 5 minutes.
And it didn't really connect to any of the characters in
yeah, that's true.
Jurassic World.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I just hate this new.
I don't.
Yeah.
I like the first one decent.
Yeah.
The second one had a good idea with the island like dying, and that if they would have stuck with that
It was
story,
just so quick.
yeah,
Barely
if
in
they
the
would have
movie.
stuck with that story, it would have been really interesting. But they wanted to somehow bring it to the United States so that the dinosaurs could be released.
Yeah, it's a mansion.
Yeah, and that's where it just
And
fell
they had
apart.
that little clone girl or whatever it
That
was.
was
They had the
stupidest
clone
thing
girl.
I've ever heard.
And the clone, like I said before, I feel like they wrote the whole movie and they're like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna? They're like, how are we gonna get the dinosaurs on the Earth?
Right. We can't have. I was about to say Colin Firth. What's his name? Chris Pratt and Dallas Bryce Howard be the ones to push the button and release all the dinosaurs into the world,
And they're
doom
like,
the planet.
Yeah, they're like, what are we gonna do? And then they got it. They're like, I got it. It's got a clone girl who relates with these dinosaurs.
And it feels like that was like the first brainstorm idea somebody had, and they're like, "All right, we'll go with it. We don't have anything else."
Right. Yeah. Because they even released, which this is the second part that I was talking about earlier that I want to talk about, is that they released a short movie onto YouTube like a week or two ago. It's like an 8-minute short movie. It's for free and everything, and like it's about like this family camping in the middle of the forest, and like all of a sudden these dinosaurs start like trashing the place, and so like it shows like the aftermath. So they're gonna show like all this aftermath of like these dinosaurs killing a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have the two main stars of the movie be the one to push the button to doom the planet.
Yeah. I just wish that there was a better reason for the dinosaurs to be in the U.S.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I hate why they're there.
You know
And
what's
it's so
crazy
dumb.
is they could have just done it easily and not even had the dinosaurs trapped in a room.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like, they could have just ran out. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
The movie's still bad because the movie's pretty bad all over.
Right.
all around,
Especially when it
so.
doesn't make sense, because they had 2 dinosaur islands
Mhm.
that were set up in Jurassic Park. When Jurassic World, when they had the first one, they brought all the dinosaurs together on one island to then
Yeah.
create Jurassic World.
Mhm.
So why, when that planet was being destroyed, you didn't just move them back to the other dinosaur island?
No, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Like,
Don't even
this
ask.
whole plan was that before, the rich guy like brought them
Yeah.
to the US, they were gonna put them on some brand new island that they found or something. I don't know. Just put them on the other dinosaur island that you
Right.
had before. I don't remember the names.
Yeah, and that's the
Isla,
problem.
Isla
That-
Dorma, something like
and
that.
that's the problem. That's what I always say. That the first one wasn't a great movie, and I understand why people hate it, but it had a heart. It had a heart, and it had a soul.
Yeah.
Like it was people who were purely fans. You could tell of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And they're like, I just want to make a Jurassic Park for the new generation.
Right.
The second one was nothing more than to have a trilogy.
Mhm.
That was the only reason that was made.
Yeah. And like, it's so sad because Jurassic Park, the second one, wasn't there to set up Jurassic Park 3.
Right.
Like, all of them are standalone movies, but it's still a trilogy because they still all connect in a way.
Yeah.
So you didn't need to have this second movie just be a throwaway movie so that you could set up your third movie.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it could be good, but like I really don't care for this whole.
And then
trilogy.
I don't like what they keep doing with Chris Pratt and
my throat.
Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't like what they're doing with their characters.
Will they? Won't they? Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, how it was almost Bryce Dallas' fault and then it wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's too much.
Yeah, it's really stupid. It's really stupid. I don't know. I don't know. Is there anything else we have to say?
That's what
Nothing?
I think.
Nothing to talk
Nothing
about
at all.
else. Nothing to talk about else.
Marquez, you
Nothing
can't
else.
shut up.
Nothing
most
else
of the time,
to talk about. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
We're seeing Joker tomorrow. So
yeah, we're seeing Joker tomorrow. So
hopefully, hopefully we survive. The
yeah,
night
hopefully
with all the
yeah.
controversy.
I guess we can say something to that real quick. Is this the idea of that? I don't know if anybody
Controversy.
heard about this, but there's gonna be select theaters where they're gonna be putting NYPD officers in Joker,
like an undercover.
undercover NYPD officers, NYPD officers in the different select theaters.
Which
Well, did you say NYPD?
That's what I think.
Like only in New York,
Oh, I thought it said. Well, I swear that's what it said.
or is it like all over the country?
I maybe let me see. In
I mean, I hope it's all over the country because
Joker,
it's gonna be scary if there's nothing there. Which I mean, I think this is what you're kind of leading into is that like people were complaining that like, or you saw someone complaining like, why did they announce this?
Oh yeah,
But like that, like they're not like trying to surprise people. It's even better that they announced it so that it like keeps people from having the idea.
yeah. It makes them think twice.
Yeah, like makes them
Because
hesitate
the only
about doing
way
it.
the officer is going to find out
Yeah.
if there's someone shooting up the place
Right.
is if someone shoots people.
Yeah,
And so by then people are already dead.
right, exactly.
So it's better to get that head start
Yeah,
and then like I mean if they were going to shoot up the place, they were going to do it.
right.
You know? So
Yeah, and in fact, just them announcing it now like to be honest, they don't even need to actually do it.
Yeah.
because they have the suspicion, or not a suspicion, but they have the idea that there could be undercover cops there.
I'm pretty
So
yeah.
it like deters people who might have gone to do it, and they're like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't because there might be a undercover cop there."
Yeah, exactly.
And we watched movie reviewers who have already seen it, and they've talked. Maybe just one. Chris Tuckman talked about it. How, this is the wrong movie to inspire violence.
Yeah.
Yes, Joker is a violent movie, but the movie itself
Right.
is not violent.
Yeah,
Like, it's been known that it's not like an action violence filled movie,
yeah,
and we've already proven time and time again that movies and video games do not cause violence.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
And I think I think Joker's gonna be violent, but I think he was saying like it's not even like as violent as like Deadpool.
yeah,
You know, so like it's not like extremely violent, but it's probably decently violent.
Right.
You know?
yeah. Which we can talk more about after we see it, so that we can have our own opinions about the movie.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, we could come back like, whoa, guys.
Oh my goodness!
what were those two reviewers talking about? But yeah, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm scared about seeing this movie. But I'm still really excited. It's actually
But
one of my most anticipated movies.
Let's
of the
be
year.
honest. I'm gonna get a little bit like anywhere you go now.
Yeah.
It's scary anywhere you go
Yeah,
in public.
it really is.
But this is a little more higher level.
Especially in movie theaters. I think
Right.
there's been 2 shootings now
Yeah.
in a movie
Yeah.
theater. You had the Batman,
Yeah.
and then you had the Odessa one that just happened that ended in a movie theater.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm always scared going out
Yeah.
now. So
Except for this is just like a higher target, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm more scared about
Yeah.
this, because people are actually talking about this might actually happen.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
obviously.
it'd be nice. if
yeah,
it
it'd be
didn't.
pretty cool.
It'd be a little swell
Yeah.
if it didn't happen.
It'd be pretty fun to not have a shooting in our theater. But, you never know. But so anyways, guys, I think oh my goodness. All right.
Stop dying, please.
Anyways, guys,
This is
I
podcast.
think we're about good here. We're gonna go ahead and hang up.
We're gonna hang up.
Say I love you.
No, you hang up first. All right. No, we're gonna go ahead and head out of here, and I think that's all we got to say today. Anyways, thank you so much for.
Don't forget we have social media,
Oh yeah, social media. And
which I'm gonna start posting on Instagram
had
soon.
Because you haven't posted at all.
A24 podcast. AP2 AP podcast. There's no
Yeah.
two. There's no
There
two.
you go.
AP podcast. So and also if you don't know this already, but there is like some junk in my throat.
Look, can you not die until after this
Was
podcast?
it the long dick?
It's so much in there. Like keeps filling up, man. It's really
Stop
gross.
describing
Yeah, I
it.
know,
Just
it's so
finish the
That is
podcast.
really gross. But it keeps getting hard for me
Close
to talk.
us out.
Dude, that's the entire thing. Anyways, guys, but yeah, just so you know, we have a YouTube channel called Two Awesome Men. we've been a little what's the word irregular the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And like I said, there's been things going on in our lives that really have been stopping us from doing stuff, and it's really been pushing us down. So I really hope you understand that, because it's really been getting in our way. So and so if you want to, you can head over there. We'll put a link in the description below to our channel, and hopefully you can check that out, because it's a really good. I honestly think it's a really good channel. Yeah, I'm really proud of that channel.
Yeah, I'm proud of it too.
I'm really proud of the channel. So thank you so much for Thank you so much for
Thank you, Mach.
Thank you so much for watching we probably only did one of them, but thank you so much for watching and listening.
Or either one.
Maybe you did both of them. So thank you for doing both of those. Yeah. If you did, and you will, and we'll see. You're gonna listen and see us.
Oh my goodness.
Next week or two. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.